we adopted the risk-adjusted strategy to deal with the virus. Of course, it has wreaked havoc across the world, and South Africa is not spared in terms of people who have been affected by the virus, some who have lost their lives, and of course our condolences to all those who have lost loved ones. And our health workers and frontline workers have been at it for more than a year, putting their lives on the line so that they can save our lives and protect us. Now, we just want to give a briefing about what's going to happen around Easter especially. You'd recall that last year, the church, the faith-based organizations and gatherings were not gathering at Easter because at the stage at which we were with the virus. And this year, the numbers are down. They are still coming down. And so it's important that this year, at least, the religious gatherings should take place during this holy weekend and subsequently. But what I want to clarify is that we are allowed to be 250 congregants inside. Outside, it's 500. Maximum, 250 inside, 500 outside. At 1.5 meters apart, wearing masks. Now, this is very important because we want to make sure that the congregants remain safe. But also, we were requesting that instead of the normal way of doing Easter, you know, some of the congregants during Easter move from their ordinary places of worship to go to other churches and combine with others, and sometimes sleep there and stay there for the whole weekend. As the president said, we are requesting that this time congregants just congregate as normal, not going to other churches or faith. They must just worship where they normally worship. Of course, if you are on holiday, you can worship where you are. But what we mean is that there mustn't be mixing one. People worship there, come together. They sleep over as they normally do with normal Easter worship, because that can create super spreading events. If congregants can just worship where they normally do and not stay over, just worship when they finish, if they can go home. We know this is not normal. Easter is celebrated differently, but this time we are very grateful to the religious, faith-based leaders, because they've been very tolerant, they've been very cooperative, they've sacrificed a lot. So we are still appealing to them that they worship, but not in the normal way, where they gather, sleep over, and all that. And I've had questions about whether this is just for the Easter weekend, these numbers. No, these numbers will continue, but the health will evaluate how the infections are going. If they continue going down, we'll continue with these numbers. But if they go up, then there will be a review. The president said there'll be a review within 15 days. So the health department will keep monitoring the numbers. If they go up, then things might change. But if not, it will be reviewed in 15 days. And if the numbers are still down, then whatever is announced will be announced. But we are very appreciative of the way the religious and all faith leaders have really been sacrificing and cooperating with government. Now, the other gatherings, whether political gatherings or social or other gatherings, they also can be 250 indoors and 500 outdoors, provided the venue is big enough to take those numbers at 1.5 meters apart. If the venue is too small to take those numbers at 1.5 meters apart, then it will have to be 50% of the capacity of the venue. So the 250 is the maximum at 1.5 meters apart. But we are also stressing that the health protocols should still be observed. People must still wear masks, sanitize, social distancing at all gatherings. In terms of alcohol will be sold as normal until Thursday, today. Over the weekend, alcohol won't be sold for off-site consumption. It will then start being sold again on Tuesday. So for the Holy Weekend, there will be no sale of alcohol for off-site consumption. On-site consumption will be allowed until 2300 hours. And of course, we also plead with those who have licenses for on-site consumption not to turn themselves into off-site sales, because the police have told us that some of the licenses serve alcohol, and then when the patrons leave, they sell them alcohol to take home. That is not allowed. Now, the question may be, why are we limiting alcohol, and why are these limitations when the numbers are going down? But we know that we've learned during December, when there's a lot of movement, because the virus doesn't move. It's the people who move the virus. So the more movement there is of people, the more gatherings there are, the more the possibility of the virus spreading. So having learned from what happened in December, we have to take precautions, because we know that during Easter weekend, there is lots of movement of people. There are lots of gatherings. Besides the faith-based gatherings, there are also all sorts of other gatherings. So that's why we have to take these precautions. And so we hope that all of us will remember that it's the people who move the virus, and the virus by its own doesn't move. The interprovincial travel is permitted, but of course, if you don't have to, all the better to stay at home, but it is allowed during this weekend. And we hope that all of us will be safe and will enjoy the holy weekend and keep to the health protocols. Mhlambe ngithi nje kancane ngesizulu ukuthi besithi asicacise nje into ezimbalwa. Sithi i-COVID le sekungaphezulu konyaka ikhona la eMzansi. Siyazi ukuthi ihluphe kanjani, isahlupha kanjani emhlabeni wonke nala. Ihlupha ngezempilo, ihlupha ngezomnotho. Njengoba ke kuza lempela sonto yama-Easter. Amasonto, abantu abasontayo ngonyaka odlula bakwazanga ukusonta ngoba isimo sasicayi kakhulu. Kulo nyaka noko noma besekhona abantu abaphethwe yilesifo abasitholayo nabahamba emhlabeni ngenxa yalesifo, kodwa ke akusafani. Sithi asibonge wonke umuntu nje obebambisene nohulumeni, sibambisene sonke siwumphakathi ukuzama ukugwema lesifo. Sibonge kakhulu nabasebenza kwezempilo, nabasebenza ngaphambi abakuyibona abaphambili, noma amaphoyisa noma amasosha noma obanje abasebenza zonke insuku ukuthi bavikele impilo zethu. Siyababonga. Sidlulisa ukuzwelana nalabo ihlobo zabo ezizahamba emhlabeni. Kulokuthi ke sicabanga ukuthi kuhle ukuthi ke sithi siyimphakathi sikwazi ukuya ey'nkonzweni. Kodwa sicela ukuthi iy'nkonzo zalo nyaka zingafani neminyaka. Kuzovunyelwa abantu abama-250 ngaphakathi. Kodwa kufuneka baqaqane iqanti nohafu. Kufuneka bagqoke ifonyo, basule izandla ngesanitizer noma bazigeze. Ngaphandle bangavunyelwa baba 500. Nakhona baqaqane kanjalo kanjalo. Uma ngabe kukuthi le ndawo okuhlanganelwe kuwona noma okukhonzelwa kuyona incane, ayikwazi ukuthatha 250 abantu behleli iqanti nengxenye ngokuhlukana, kufanele ukuthi-ke babe bancane abantu, kugcwaliswe nje uhafu waleyo ndawo okukhonzelwa kuyona. Okunye futhi esikucelayo ukuthi kungenziwa njengoba kuhlale kwenziwa, kuthiwa kiwe ephasikeni endaweni ethile, abantu bahambe ngobuningi basuke ey'ndaweni baye lapho la inkonzo yabo izoba nephasika khona. Sicela ukuthi kulo nyaka abantu basontele baye enkonzweni la behlala beya khona. Kungabi khona lokuthi kuyahanjwa kiwa kugudi, ngoba sisaba ukuthi lokho njengoba umongameli eshilo kungenza ukuthi lesifo sibhebhetheke kakhulu, ngoba abantu bazoba baningi beqhamuke ey'ndaweni ey'hlukene, bahlangane kade bagcinana kube mnandi, futhi balalisane ey'ndaweni emakhaya kucinwana. Sicela ukuthi kulo nyaka siyazi ukuthi akuyona indlela veli okubanjwa ngayo ugudi, kodwa ngoba sibhekene nalesifo abantu bakhonze la beveli bekhonza khona. Siyacela kakhulu-ke lokho. Bese kuthi ezinye iy'nhlangano njengey'nhlangano zepolitiki noma abantu nje bafuna ukwenza imicimbi yabo yasemakhaya ethizeni, nabo kufuneka ukuthi bangadluli kule nombolo eshiwoyo. Kodwa-ke siyazi ukuthi emakhaya aziningi iy'ndawo ezingathatha labo bantu abangabo. Uma ngabe indawo incane kufanele kube ingxenye yaleyo ndawo. Uma ungakwazi ukufaka lezi namba abantu beqaqene, kuzovunyelwa-ke. Bekukhona kumbuzo ukuthi lokhu kuvunyelwe ngogudi kuphela noma kuyaqhubeka. Umongameli ushilo wathi singaqhubeka, kodwa kuzoloku kubuyekezwa, kubhekwa ukuthi kusalungile yini kuqhutshekwe kanje. Abantu bomnyango wezempilo bazosiluleka ngoba bona bazobe bebheka ukuthi abantu asebekhungethwe ile sifo, inani liyakhuphuka ngesivinini noma alikhuphuki. Uma lingakhuphuki, sobuyekeza emva kwey'nsuku ezi-15. Nakhona uma ngabe kungakhuphuki, mhlawumbe ngeke kushintshe. Kodwa uma kwenzeka ukuthi iy'namba zikhuphuke ngesivinini, kusho ukuthi-ke kobuyekezwa-ke, kubhekwe ukuthi kufuneka kwenziwe njani. Ngokwatshwala, utshwala buzothengiswa kuze kube namhlanje ebusuku. Kodwa ngempelasonto le ka-Good Friday, le kubantu bajwayele ukuthi uGood noma iPhasika, akuzuthengisa utshwala ozobuthenga uhambe nabo. Kuzogcina namhlanje ukuthengiswa, ubuthathe uhambe nabo, koze kuphinde kuvulwe ngoLwesibili. Kodwa uma uzoya mhlambe la kudliwa khona, kuphuzwe kusevwe notshwala, noma la kuthengiswa khona utshwala, nihleli phansi niphuza nihleli phansi, uzovunyelwa. Kodwa kufanele nigcine imithetho, niqaqane igxanti nohafu. Uma ungaphuzi ngaleso sikhathi, ufake isifonyo. Bese kuvalwa-ke mase ku-11 ebusuku isikhathi. Lokho-ke kuzoba kanjalo. Sicela-ke ukuthi laba abathengisayo bethengisela abantu behleli phansi, kungathi mase behamba sebephuzile sebegoduka bese niphinda futhi nibathengisela abazohamba nabo. Akuvunyelwe-ke lokho. Ukuhamba phakathi kwey'funda kwama-province kuvunyelwe, kodwa siyazi ukuthi le gciwane alizihambeli lona, lihamba nabantu, lihanjiswa abantu. Yiko-ke sithatha lezi nyathelo ngoba sibonile emaholidini kaKhisimusi ukuthi kwenzeke njani. Abantu uma behamba kakhulu, kunemicimbi behlangana, kunotshwala phakathi. Siyazi phela ukuthi uma ngabe abantu sebephuzile kakhulu, isikhathi esiningi bayakhohlwa into okufanele bazenze. Baqale basondelane, baqale bakhiphe ama-mask, kube ney'nkinga. Yiko-ke sithatha le nyathelo ukuthi sivikele, singaze kube ngamaholide aKhisimusi la iy'nombolo zabantu, inani labantu elaba nalesifo lakhuphuka ngesivinini kakhulu, nabantu abadlule emhlabeni baba baningi kakhulu. Siyazi ukuthi ngale mpelasonto abantu bayahamba basuke la baye lapha, kube nemicimbi, kuhlanganwe. Yiko-ke sizama ukuthi noko noma kunjalo singazitholi sesenza ukuthi lesifo futhi siphinde sibhebhetheke ngesikhulu isivinini. Siyethemba ukuthi wonke umuntu, siyanifisela ukuthi kule mpelasonto nihambe kahle, ningabi ney'ngozi, niphile nakule sifo, siphinde sibonane kahle siphila emva kwakude. Ngiyabonga mphathi wohlelo.
Thank you very much, Minister. I think the message has been quite clear, and all the people traveling and those at home have listened and adhered to the message. May I check with my colleague that side if we have any questions on the Minister, Ignatius?
Thank you, Chair. Currently, we don't have any question.
No, thank you very much. But I see, Minister, with due respect, the colleagues are still typing. I see there is already a question that will be coming from the Sunday Times. And in the meantime, that we are waiting for the people to type the messages. Minister, maybe you might also remind the people about good behavior on our roads as we travel across the provinces to go and visit our families.
Thank you very much. Yes, indeed, it's very important. You know, last year, this time, there were hardly any accidents. Lots of lives were saved. People were not injured because there wasn't movement. This time there is movement, but we are hoping that people will be responsible enough to make sure that they don't drink and drive, that they don't speed. When they are tired, they rest, so that they protect themselves and protect other people on the road. And also pedestrians, because sometimes pedestrians get run over because they drink and they get drunk and they cross the road without looking. So we are pleading, but also hoping that everyone will take responsibility. And we also wish that everyone arrives home or to the destination they are going to safe, and that we don't have accidents on the road that are caused by people drinking, driving when they're tired, speeding, and just being reckless on the road, overtaking where they shouldn't. So, sithi nje sinifisela ukuthi nihambe kahle emgaqweni, niphephe, umuntu angaphuzi bese ngena emotweni, umuntu angadluli espeedini okufanele ahambe ngaso, overtake la kungafanele overtake khona, mayisekhathele apake aphumule ukuze aphephise impilo yakhe nahamba nabo kuleyo moto, kodwa futhi aphephise nempilo zabantu nje abasebenzisa umgwaqo. Nabahamba ngenyawo sicela ukuthi bangaphuzi bese beqima umgaqo ngendlela engafanele baze bashayiswe yimoto. Onyakeni odlule noma kwakubuhlungu ukuthi sasingahambi kwangayiwa kwamanye ama-province, kodwa into eyabayinhle lapho ukuthi akuzange kube khona abantu abaphunyukelwa impilo zabo ngendaba yasemgaqweni, nabalimalayo, nabashiya imindeni yabo ngendaba yokuthi bese bephuzile noma bashayiswe umuntu ophuzile noma ospidayo, ngoba emgaqweni abantu babeyiphethe kahle futhi babembalwa. Sibaningi-ke manje sobesebenzisa umgwaqo, kodwa asiziphathe kahle, siphephe, sifike emakhaya nala siyakhona sifike siphephile, ukuze kungabi khona ukukhala ngesikhathi okufanele ngaba kukhalwa ngaso emndenini. Ngiyabonga.
Siyabonga, Minister. Thank you very much. Minister, we have a question. Ignatius, you might read the question.
Thank you, Chair. I have a question from Mawande. He's coming from Sunday Times. Is there transportation of liquor purchased illegally or from home bars allowed during this weekend? Are people allowed to transport alcohol with their cars to go and share with friends and relatives in their homes? Thank you, Ms.
Okay. Today, yes. Today, yes, they are allowed. But over the weekend, they are not. Over the weekend, they are not allowed to be carrying. The police will be doing roadblocks and stuff. They are not allowed to be carrying alcohol from one place to the other. Today, yes. You can buy it, you can take it to wherever. But as from midnight today until midnight on Monday, they are not allowed. But to sit and drink where you are, yes, you are allowed. You can go to a bar and drink seated under strict health protocols.
No, thank you very much, Minister.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Minister. And this brings us to the end of the press briefing. And the messages that the Minister has delivered should be adhered to. Thank you very much. The press briefing is adjourned.
Happy Easter, everyone, and a safe weekend. Keep healthy. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister.